On a summer's day in 1914, a single gunshot echoed through Europe. Within weeks, the continent and then much of the world was engulfed in a conflagration unlike any seen before. This was World War I, the Great War, the war to end all wars. But here's the enduring mystery. How did the assassination of an obscure archduke trigger a global catastrophe that devoured empires, redefined warfare, and forever changed the course of human history? Learn the mystery of history as we untangle the complex web that led to an accidental apocalypse, a powder keg in Europe, the seeds of conflict. By the early 20th century, Europe was a powder keg, meticulously primed for an explosion. 4 major factors contributed to this volatile situation, often remembered by the acronym MAIN. Militarism, an escalating arms race saw nations pouring vast resources into building huge armies and formidable navies, especially between Britain and Germany. The belief was that a strong military guaranteed peace, but it only created an urge to use them. Alliances. Europe was entangled in a complex web of defensive treaties. The Triple Entente, France, Britain, Russia, faced off against the Triple Alliance, Germany, Austria, Hungary, Italy. A conflict involving one nation would inevitably drag in others, creating a devastating domino effect. Imperialism. European powers fiercely competed for colonies and resources across Africa and Asia, leading to frequent diplomatic crises and a scramble for global dominance. Nationalism. Intense patriotism and a fervent belief in one's own nation's superiority fueled rivalries, particularly in the multi-ethnic Balkan region, where Slavic peoples yearned for independence from Austro-Hungarian rule.
The spark. Sarajevo ignites the tinderbox. The tinderbox found its spark on June 28, 1914. In Sarajevo, Bosnia, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, was assassinated by Gavrilo Princip, a Serbian nationalist. Austria-Hungary, blaming Serbia, issued a harsh ultimatum. When Serbia couldn't meet all demands, Austria-Hungary, backed by Germany, declared war. Russia, protecting Serbia, mobilized its forces. Germany, fearing a two-front war, declared war on Russia, then France. When Germany invaded neutral Belgium to get to France, Great Britain, bound by treaty, declared war on Germany. Within weeks, the alliances had done their dreadful work. Europe was at war. The new face of war, industrialized slaughter. Optimism for a short, glorious conflict quickly evaporated. The Western Front devolved into brutal trench warfare, miles of muddy, rat-infested ditches separated by no man's land, a desolate, shelled landscape of barbed wire and shattered trees. Charges across this wasteland were met by devastating firepower. The human spirit, however, adapted, creating a bizarre subculture within the trenches. This was war transformed by the Industrial Revolution. New technologies emerged, making combat more deadly: rapid-fire machine guns, monstrous artillery guns, terrifying poison gas, lumbering tanks, rudimentary airplanes for reconnaissance and eventually combat, and deadly submarines sinking ships. The scale of death was unprecedented. Global conflict and the staggering human cost. While the Western Front was the deadliest, the war raged globally. On the Eastern Front, Russia fought Germany and Austria-Hungary. The Ottoman Empire joined the Central Powers, opening fronts in the Middle East. Colonies across Africa and Asia were drawn in. Naval battles scarred the oceans. Battles like Verdun and the Somme became synonymous with unimaginable slaughter, sometimes claiming hundreds of thousands of lives for mere yards of ground. Shell shock, or PTSD, emerged as a widespread and devastating psychological toll on soldiers. The war consumed an entire generation, forever changing the psyche of nations. America's entry and the end of the Great War. For 3 years, the United States maintained neutrality, though providing supplies to the Allies, but 2 crucial events pulled America into the conflict. Germany's policy of unrestricted submarine warfare, which led to the sinking of ships like the Lusitania, costing American lives, and the Zimmermann Telegram, a secret German message proposing an alliance with Mexico against the U.S. America's entry in April 1917 provided a crucial boost in manpower and resources to the exhausted Allied forces. After years of brutal stalemate, the Central Powers, facing overwhelming odds and internal collapse, sought an armistice. On November 11, 1918, at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, the guns finally fell silent. The unsolved puzzle: why such a catastrophe, and its lasting legacy? The Great War truly was a global catastrophe, and its most profound mystery remains. Could it have been avoided? Was Europe's plunge into war an inevitable consequence of the main factors, or was it a series of miscalculations and rigid military plans that spiraled out of control? Historians still debate the specific blame, but the sheer scale of the conflict's unintended consequences is undeniable. World War I reshaped the world map, leading to the collapse of vast empires, Austro-Hungarian, Ottoman, Russian, and German. It birthed new nations and left deep scars, often sowing the seeds for future conflicts. The harsh terms of the Treaty of Versailles are often cited as a direct cause of World War II. Yet the war also spurred global cooperation, leading to the creation of the League of Nations, the precursor to the United Nations. The lost generation emerged, forever changed by the brutality. World War I didn't end all wars, it fundamentally altered the course of the 20th century, a testament to how quickly a continent can descend from peace to unparalleled destruction. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more captivating history lessons, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next mystery. What do you think was the biggest factor that led to World War I? Share your theories in the comments below.